Looks like a landfill. Lots of factories out here, Gary. Factories. Metal processing?
Yeah, there's Andy's Coil Processors, the SMS Group, which is a machining manufacturer, and A&K Railroad Materials. There's a lot of machinery here, SMS Group. I'm so in love with you.
Alright, I guess this is the Skyway.
It goes over the Cauliflower River.
Really? You can see it. Yeah, you see it? That's autopilot.
Are you trying to hit the toll?
I want to get this thing going up. These things go up fast when they go.
Yeah.
You are my love and my life and me. Simple and free. Love me tonight, yeah. Love me forever. Just you and me. Here I stand. It was you. Love and I don't wanna let go. I'm with you. Does
This is us.
Great. Hold on.
It didn't take 16 and you have to hold your card.
They're just full of great questions.
Okay, we're in this parking garage. It's like a labyrinth. A really narrow labyrinth. I'm not sure how I'm gonna make it through here. There's someone right on my tail too. Alright, it's a little bit better in this area. Not as difficult. Thankfully. This is our parking that we have to pay for because the hotel doesn't have parking. So this is what we found, or Denise found. Look, people have been hitting the walls all over this garage.
There may be no way out.
This door has no handle. It might be locked in the stairwell.
Pocket or in your vehicle. You're not getting out unless you pay. Revolving door. Who would have known? People are really interested. Can echo.
Hey, there's an echo in the shower. Can you hear it? I hear it in the shower echoing.
Oh! I want to check out this little park here anyway.
It's not the street is blocked off for outdoor dining.
Well, there's a triangle of a park there.
Because of my brain surgery, I can't
Every room on this circular building has balconies. Those are balconies built in each and every room. That's a hotel?
Turn right onto West Hubbard Street.
Alright, so we're heading to Fire Cakes Donuts. Denise says there are no all vegan donut shops here. This one has like 2 options, and there's a line. They have a donut patio. Those are not vegan.
No.
Alright, so we got no donuts because Fire Cakes is sold out. Get here early. That's all I gotta say. We got no donuts. Your BMI and your fat percentage will thank you. Yeah.
Fire Cakes. We walked all the way to Fire Cakes.
Yeah, this is really, really hot. I gotta have to wait for it to cool down. It's supposed to be on fire, that's why it's called Fire Cakes. Well, as for my coffee, even though it's still not really drinkable, it's so hot, it's really bitter and it's very, very not sweet. So I'm not sure how I feel about this. I guess it would go great with donuts that are really sweet, but without donuts, I'm not a fan. Alright, we're on the search for vegan donuts now. We're going to the donut vault. They won't answer their phone, so we're just gonna... So I feel like compared to the cities we've been to so far, Cleveland and Detroit, there's a lot more people here out in Chicago. For donuts. Okay, here it is, the donut vault. We've got it. Okay, well, we just tried to get donuts. They don't have any. They don't ever have any. And the other shops are closed, or they close in like an hour and they've pretty much sold out of all their donut stock. So we're going to get Chicago style pizza instead, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And this coffee's tasting better now that it's cooler, but still, it's more, you need donuts to go with it. It's good donut coffee.
Going to the other side. Picked a nice donut.
Nice tables at that restaurant over there, across the water.
River roast. There's coffee in there.
There's a river bar across the street. 320 River Bar.
RPMs. How many revolutions per minute does it take to fix safety?
Look at the round hotel, even the parking garage is round.
Onto East Lake Street.
My typing instructor was named Mr. Giordano.
Alright, we're gonna try to get some pizza here. Try. Alright, so here's the menu, but I'm not showing you the menu, but it's gonna take 45 minutes for us to make our authentic Chicago pizza, so we're just waiting now. Here we go. That's some pizza, that's some bread.
Do you guys need any pictures? Do you want me to take any pictures for you?
Look at all that cheese in there. It's from Pier. So what do you think this is going to taste like, huh?
Awesome. Everything tastes good when you're hungry. Even dirt.
couldn't finish. There's 3 pieces left in that box. That was a lot of pizza. Okay, what do you think of the pizza?
I think I gained 10 pounds.
That was so awesome. I've never seen so much cheese in all my life. I had to verify that the cheese was in fact not mozzarella, but it was vegan. They must have prepared it themselves to get it this way.
Yeah.
Awesome. I gotta tell Mr. Giordano he makes a great pizza. It's right next to Linda.
It is really cold in the shade and really warm in the sun here. Notice that. Alright, so Denise got a jacket.
I'm not as sloppy as you.
A white jacket.
I'm not as messy as you are.
Whoa, there you go.
I feel much better. Is there Harlem in Chicago?
Alright, so we're gonna see if they have any vegan stuff in here. Been very few vegan food items here in Chicago, but maybe we can find something in here. Maybe. We're gonna see. Alright, so they didn't have anything. Everything at dairy. Everything. Alright, we're back near the lake in this Millennium Park. It looks like someone dropped a blob of mercury, poisonous mercury, and I got that on video. Blob of mercury. Okay, hold on. Ahí va. What is this? What the? That one went away. Is this some digital image? Alright, that green car that just drove by threw this thing out. Crown Royal apple, and just smashed it to bits. It must have just guzzled it and threw it out there and then took off. Welcome to Chicago. There's all types of paintings in here. Look, I can see the reflection of the buildings, just like the other thing. Look, I see the reflections of people carrying Chicago deep dish pizza. I see them.
It was really good too.
Alright, this is Lake Michigan. Is that what you call this
Yes.
pool of water? I don't understand your lakes and your boats and your cars. Yes. Here's the beach.
I think that you think yourself safe. Talk yourself.
There's waves. I watched this buzz 12,000 steps. guess this is the end of the river walk, is it? I don't know. Looks like it is. Hard to tell. Alright, that wasn't the river walk. This is, and to get to Navy Pier, it looks like we go that way. Video. We're at the Ferris Wheel!
Hi everybody. I'm here, hello. My friend's way at the back. Hi, I'm up here on the floor, that's it. Bye. I'll get back to you later.
Alright, that's the end of the pier. Alright, so we're at Molly's Cupcakes and they supposedly have chocolate and vanilla. Vegan. They're in here?
Yeah, one chocolate and one vanilla. There's soft frosting going on a cupcake before.
I'm the cupcake boss. Did you like your cupcake?
That was awesome.
With a bag of frosting right in front of you?
Yeah, it was freshly frosted.
Exit.
Like this is like elevated city center something.
Right onto North Michigan Avenue. Drive.
Pedestrians. Let's walk slow just to reduce their
Just on the left, 71. We're on the gangster tour.
Having you guys drive East Upper Wacker Drive. Used to be known as the Jewelers Building. And the zone is the office of an architect from Germany. All boring office space. We'll start heading across to you guys. They look alike. They've almost hit this guy. Bodies of water in the world. I'm doing a mic check. My friends in the back, y'all can hear me. Okay. Carrots gold. The building is rumored to be based on a champagne bottle. Got a thick green base, skinny tower, golden tinsel. You can kind of see it, right? It would be very. But this is where all the gangster action was going down. I want to talk a little more about. Somebody said, "Did you say Jersey or New York, sir?"
Ellis Island, right?
Oh, Ellis Island specifically, and then settled in. You guys get a half block towards the Chicago Theater. Al Capone. And then the 1980s movie with Al Pacino was not about him, but everyone knew like Scarface gangsters. That's very indicative of like that like sexy gangster stuff. You know? So guys, we're gonna stop over here. Show you our iconic theaters in the world. Now this was Al Capone's personal favorite theater. The guy was a huge arts and theater dork, actually. He put a lot of his personal gangster money into the arts to get the best talent in the world to come to building the ID in front of y'all. It's called a bookstores mostly. Once we get across, we'll head towards the Palmer House Hotel. Beautiful. Conveniently, we also had a train track to cover set of gunfire during robberies. It's really awesome walking under the Wabash train tracks. Take your time to kind of take it in and look around. It's a long line, so we start crossing this way. By the way, our earliest train tracks go back to the 1880s, but it's referenced in a lot of novels and pop culture. City Coffee of Alcatraz's personal favorite Starbucks. That was held in Chicago in 1893. The obvious answer. Taller people, be careful of your head, please. Against the wall this way, guys, opposite me. Thank you. It's what subway entrances in Paris look like, in this font and this aesthetic. Paris is a sister city of Chicago. They also donated the 2 lion statues in front of the Art Institute. They're all copper, hence they are green, to make the Statue of Liberty. But this is the only stop in Chicago that's got, yeah. Got this bench. Some people want to grab that or one of the benches. And then lays low, gets a job at a pharmacy in a neighborhood called Englewood. Englewood is 5 miles southwest of downtown.
Turn right onto Chicago Riverwalk.
dosing for the next 75 minutes on Mars from 1924. The space in between the two buildings is actually left for a commuter railroad. The building itself is by Graham Anderson. Across the river, you have the Chicago 4% residential capacity. Today, 0% capacity. Today, we're at the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Now, what is contextualism? That means the building is built within the context of everything around it. The river is the context. The buildings around it are the context, as are the sky. Optical illusion he built into the building itself. As we get on the other side of the bridge, keep your eye on that central beam. And let your eyes stay on the east side of the building. And you'll see how the building looks like it's coming back together and it's actually rounded at a certain point. So keep your eye there. Let your eye get soft. See how it looks like it's starting to round in on itself? And has a little bit of tremor. Cool. Take your eyes to the top. You'll see a 30-degree, perfectly pitched Roman-style roof. Bring your eyes down to the lobby. You'll see that as a beautiful Roman theme continues, and it's built to be not working. There are 5 columns going right, 4 columns going left. I personally had to visit there. So friends, your mother told you it's what's on the inside that counts. She was right. Let's see a building that will strengthen that theme. The internal steel frame of this building allowed architects to build as high as they need to moments ago. Think about this. That was 1924. This is 1930. You've got that Captain Ben has this on is actually called Wolf's Point. We do not know the best looking buildings in North America. We're the worst place to build them. Why is that? Our bedrock. It's clay. You have to go down 120 feet to hit that bedrock. Then you pour what are called caissons, large pillars of cement with rebar steel. Hot Pocket building for pretty obvious reasons. And we call this the Martini Glass building. Now the rivulets, the bumps on the east side of this building are thematic of water to the river. Anything that's being developed in the city of Chicago commercially pretty much is happening on this river. Now back in the day we were and that we were the meat center for the Midwest, if not most of America. Now one of the things I should point out about this building is that water actually is physically used in this building to hold it up. Also, you can win for yourself. Congratulations. You're the best looking people on this boat. When they wind tested this building, they realized it, and that's too much. So what they did was they installed something called slosh dampers. That's called postmodern building. Let's see if we can figure out what that theme is. Look straight up and you'll see a row of circles. This was originally home to the Morton Salt Company. So if those are circles up there, and this is the salt company, what do you think it's designed to look like? Salt shaker. That's close together. This has a setback because Chicago is spending $350 million annually to the building that follows its functionality. This is gateway tracks. They can't have ground rights, so they have air rights. Every building spends $1 million every year for that right. Now, it sounds expensive, but as cities actually run out of places to build, they're scrambling for their air rights at a much higher value. Until the mid-century movement. Now we get into the 1980s. Ronald Reagan's in the White House, the Duran Duran's on the radio, $850,000 on a map of the Chicago River. Friends, do I have any Batman fans on the boat The Dark Knight? So if you remember the darkness as that sounds, it lowers the temperature of the surface of the building from 150 degrees down to 70 degrees. Right angles in my buildings, and yet clearly there is a large right angle. Okay. That's because if you Google this building from the air, and that eventually was, of course, in the merchandise market. South Shore, because that was a red light district, and the city wanted to clean it up, so they contracted him to build those Chicago steel frame on the middle right here. Got some folks coming here. Zip do now. So you'll feel this thing, the boat's going to rock a little bit. So that's called a wake. If you've ever wondered what a wake is, that's what that is. That is the trail behind the boat. Now you can actually see these are called single-leaf Bastille bridges. You can also see how much concrete is on each side in order to lift up these bridges. And probably these have big, powerful engines in them. The ones that you've been seeing up and down the river only have 108 horsepower engines. Bridges in a single section. Swing bridges If we went further down the river here, they look like your arms are opening up. I think in the city of Chicago is on this ride, especially on the Sunset Cruise. Anyway, we'll come around and say hi, see if you have questions. Downstairs, Nick's at the bar if you want to go see him. Treat him well, tip him well. We'll come right back. Observation. He was meaning that this river should serve as a fire break, which I thought was pretty smart for a 7-year-old young man. Two things. So much oil and gas in this river, so much blood and hog parts, it literally catches on fire. Carries the fire across the river. We burn as far east as Michigan Avenue. We burn as far west as what would be the expressway, and as far north as Fullerton Avenue. That's coming up under the bridge here at River City. One of the things I would point out is that sometimes people ask, does the river freeze? The answer is yes. They don't crack and the boats don't sink, so the owners won't be very unhappy. We're going to talk about 3 different buildings in a row. We're going to talk about first the Chicago Board of Trade, which is the series that got us the granular cereal abundance. The Chicago Board of Trade is by Halliburton and Root. It was the tallest building in downtown Chicago until the mid-1960s. Because nobody was building in downtown, the values were depressed down here. An engagement ring for the architect who was going to propose to his fiancée. Darling, I love you. Will you marry me? Bing, it lights up. Of course she says yes. It's nothing but net. It's too romantic. It's a lie. Didn't happen. Some building in the city of Chicago, and number 1 in our hearts, it's the Muhammad Ali of skyscrapers because it's still the greatest. I give you the one, the only, the Sears Tower. Or anybody been brave enough to do the sky deck yet? Okay, you guys are braver than me. It's cigarettes, so it's like a square. It's 9 sets of those bundled tubes. Stinky, smelly wild onions. Smelly onions, what do you call those in your native language? We call them Chicago. So, Chicago. Chicago. Stinky onion. Sad but true. Welcome, my friends, to the stinky onion. You've been seeing these beautiful facade of the building that was before here. That was the MetLife building, which was the original home to Morton Salt. And the camera in this old building to watch this building go up in about 40 seconds. 2.5 years. People to push the buttons in the elevator. Probably not right now. The circle with the Y, that's our municipal symbol, and that's where we are right now. Over here on the right-hand side, back in the day, this building was called the Wigwam. The Wigwam, they had a convention in this building on the 13th ballot. A young lawyer from Springfield stepped up to a roster and said, I totally accept your nomination for the presidency of the United States. Abe Lincoln nominated to be our president right here. Today, it's a bar. Or the Nuveen building. Before this was here, it was also Ferris Bueller's dad's office. But before that, it was a hotel called the Saginaw. That's where 300 people voted on the name Stinky Onion as a city. We thought that was a good idea. Avenue in the spring, from Israel, he brought back the security system, our camera system in Chicago, but from San Antonio, Texas. This is for the environment. This room is called the Jetty. Now you can see right there, there's pieces of brass built in as an entertainment purpose. You can also see the circular staircase here. But as a city planner, it's pretty fabulous. ADA approved. That's the Americans with Disabilities Act signed into law George Bush in Eastern Europe and brought it to the United States. Next to that, Leo Burnett Burnham, the brothers, who had a New Year's Eve party, and they saw a champagne bottle. The green brick. Every pane of glass of this building is $1.5 million a piece. Handcrafted, fused Italian glass. Adrian Smith. Over here on the right-hand side again is the bow of the ship. Harry Weiss strikes again at the Swiss Hotel, breaking through the mediocrity of the 19th War Memorial. Come to the other side right there, of course, you will see a curvy building. That of the building are achieved by a natural phenomenon in nature called a frustum. That's the ascendant sides of a triangle. To my true math geeks on the boat, that's not a real frustum, but you get the idea. Potter in Chicago. He claimed this area as his very own. He said, you know what? I'm going to call myself Governor Streeter. So it's blue clay versus ran downhill. Gravity took that water downhill and he connected it into the south branch of the south branch of the river. We do it, but come back next year. It's actually a lot of fun. Now, also, of course, we're going to be getting back to our dock here in.
All right, we're heading up to Chicago 360. Water Tower Place. So it says Water Tower Place. This is just north of downtown. So this is the one next door to it though, I guess. Next door to the Water Tower Place. Okay, so this is the 360 Chicago. We actually have to go down to enter. Up to 94. There we go.
As we cruise at a speed of 160%. Interiors are
Look, people are lined up for a cupcake ATM. That's what that is. Cupcakes open.
Restaurants and resting close at 9 on Sundays.
All right, we're leaving Chicago and we are going to go to Chicago Raw to pick up some lunch on the way out of driving out of here. Look at this turn. This is crazy. I have to make a 3-point turn just to get around the aisle here. Everyone, the people have scraped that wall right there.
Yeah, they sure have.
I did it without a 3-point turn. People have scraped here. People have hit this thing. Insert parking ticket. Look at this. Look at it says right here. No cell phone use till you have completely exited. Oh my gosh, here we go. Ah! Alright, Denise is gonna get our food right now. Without us getting towed, hopefully. Yay. Okay, there's our food. Sorry, I had to move because of the parking enforcement.
It's a bike lane.
Parking enforcement person. Uh-oh.
2300 Jackson Street in Gary.
Okay, say goodbye to Chicago. This is the last we're gonna see of it.
There you go. This is the Empanada Platter. All 3 empanadas. Looks good. It smells raw.
That pavement sounds bad. Indiana.
Ravioli and
That's
sesame
ravioli?
sticks. Yeah, I don't know what the green sauce is. The sesame sticks for this.
So those are turnip shells on the outside, no dough. Cheese on the inside.
Yeah, the cheese is